Well, I said I'd do this for every platinum. Let's start the shame. Hello, welcome back then for Trophy Chronicles, the series where I talk just where I sound after I get a platinum 100% to finish a DLC or anything or officially give up, anything like that, where I just talk about the trophies and my feelings about the game in general. And as the title says, the embarrassing, shameful, shovelware garbage game for this one is Hoodie Survivor. Should I? Should we get in character? What is Hoodie Survivor? It is Vampire Survivors. If Vampire Survivors, which I did very recently, was like the straight A student who didn't ever do anything awful. Hoodie Survivors is the one who showed up and ate chalk just because he liked the taste. I don't know what that means, but it's basically it's the leftovers. That's the best way to describe it. It's what happens if you really. It really shows the difference between. It's just. It's the shovelware bootleg crappy version, in a sense. What is the game? This is you. This is your enemy. You spin. Every once in a while, a bullet will shoot out of your head. Well, that's way too fast. Come on. That was almost interesting, exciting, fun. The bullet will shoot out of your head and slowly move across the screen. I will be honest, I haven't been a bit hard in this game, but Hoodie Survivors is basically what the kind of games that clogs up a huge chunk of the PlayStation Store. I know I've a little room to complain about if I buy a few of them every once in a while, but I kind of do this thing recently where I was like, oh, I bought a few games in the store on sale. Let's sort by lowest to highest and throw in the cheapest one or one of the cheapest ones, and I'll work through a few of them that way. Mostly it's kind of way just to get them out of the way. So it'll say purchase instead of, and I can cool, move past them. That's my flimsy excuse. I don't know. Basically, though, I do kind of hate it. One, because it just clogs it up. So if there is a sale, it's like, cool. Oh, 5,000 games on sale. By the way, this is my way to make this more than 3 minutes, because otherwise, I don't think I could talk about this game for more than a minute without this. You would see good games like Plucky Squire. I don't know if it's good. Interesting games like Plucky Squire clogged up by, like, if you were to look at the screen, you saw like 9 games on the store. I think that's something you can see at a time. And you saw something that looks good or interesting like Plucky Squire, you would never know by just the thumbnail, whatever, cover art, that's the one. And what are you gonna do? Look through all the thousands of games? No, because it's gonna be like cluttered in with all this crap. Genuine, interesting, passionate, loved indie games with talent, hard work, and effort put into them. Clogged up it is 25-cent, $2 garbage. I think Sony said at one point they were going to clean it up and fix it in some way, but they never did. There were like 9 copies of Jumping Coffee Bean. You've all seen them, the Beewax, there was a beehive clicker simulator, tomato simulator, your cow milk gathering simulator, where you literally just press X for about 5 minutes to get a platinum. You know that crap. I have no problem with these games if they just want to exist. If you could segment them off, or if they were like officially tagged with shovelware garbage, and you could just blacklist them and have them so only the real games appear in the store, I would have no issue. But I honestly think it really would hurt indie games. One, because how the fuck are you going to find the good ones where if it's like, oh, there's 2 real games in between this 75-page, 50-cent free browser game crap. And I'm not being harsh when I say that. Some of these I've literally seen in Instagram ads for free to play games. Think about something like, here's like a few hundred word searches. That is major effort compared to these. In comparison, it's like a basic bare ass word search is like climbing Mount Everest compared to any of this shit. They'll have spot the difference. Jigsaw puzzles where you press trying to get out to tell you where to put the piece. And it'll just be that kind of crap. Literally free to play browser games for a couple of dollars. And again, I would have no issue with this. It was just, oh, buy whatever you want. Who cares if it's just there as an option? And I agree. If it wasn't clogging it up, that's my little rant. That's my way to extend this beyond just here's a crap game I can talk about for 3 minutes. But yeah, I bought this because I don't even know why. What is Hoodie Survivors? Let's get into it. Again, your character spins, shoots a bullet out of its head. You hit an enemy, it dies, you get a point. You have a background of grass that literally probably is just a screen grab of something. I wouldn't be surprised if it's an AI generated image of grass. And basically, if your character is facing this way, he'll slowly move and then go a bit faster, and then you'll turn, go back this way, trying to avoid the enemies. They touch you, you die, your bullet hits them, they die. You get a point, you get a certain amount of points, you unlock a new level with 6 levels in all. Ooh, effort, creativity, ooh. And that's basically it. That's literally the end. As you go on, sometimes you fight bigger enemies. Oh, every like 30 small enemies you kill, you'll get a bigger one pop out. He takes 10 hits to kill. You might get 5 or 10 points for killing him. Then there'll be enemies who shoot bullets out of their heads. Oh no, I know. It's getting way too creative and crazy here. And sometimes there'll be big enemies who shoot bullets out of their heads. There's also obstacles, like there'll be a piece of grass here. If the enemies hit off that, they can bounce around it, but if you hit it, you die. Sometimes they'll move. Something like space rocks. Oh, and by the way, the best part. There's 6 levels. Three of them, but repeated. You'll have grass, desert, space. Then you'll have meadow, another kind of desert, space. Gee, I wonder why I need to talk about something else at the start of this kind. Well, it's not even something else, but something slightly related. I couldn't just talk about this game the whole time. The trophies in this game, again, it's where the creativity, the passion, the effort. Who doesn't stop? The creativity here, the creative genius of this game doesn't stop. Kill 30 enemies. Kill 100 enemies. I think so. This game has 13 trophies in all, with 12, so 12 in a platinum, obviously. Do you know what? If you're not going to put in effort, why should I? Why should I put in effort to memorize things? Unlock a desert level by scoring 60 points or more on field. Then the same as that for unlocking every one of the 6 levels. Then for every other level, all of the 6 levels get 100 points. That's literally every trophy except for except for kill 3 large enemies on a level. If I will be slightly fair, I will be honest there, it was weirdly addicting. I can't pretend it wasn't. I won't lie. I'm not here to lie. It was surprisingly addicting. It's so close. Because like the first level, I think getting 100 was easy enough. Second level, same. Third level had a bit of trouble because they would have the space rocks or something kind of move around and it's kind of hard to avoid. The fourth level was a bit difficult too because it was nothing. The meadow, nothing but enemies who shoot bullets out of their heads. No big enemies to get extra points. So it was one that gave me the most trouble. Cause you kind of had to. They come out in the same pattern every time because of course they fucking would. So you'd have to kind of keep them like top right, bottom right, left, middle. And you try to keep your eye try to hit them before they come out because when they come out, they take a few seconds to shoot the first bullet at you. It took me a while. This was easily the hardest one for me. Eventually, I got there though. I remember at one point I got to like 70 something. I was like, yep, this is it. If I don't get it here, I am never going to get this because I'm never going through this again. But eventually I did. I didn't get that time. I spent many more hours because why wouldn't I? I told you this was a shameful, embarrassing one. But hey, I'm going to do every one I get. I don't care how bad it is. I don't care if I get platinum Hannah Montana. I'm talking about here. This is for posterity. Then after that, the desert one, the second desert one, the harder desert basically, get 100 points. Not as bad because there be most of the enemies in that one weren't shooting you. It's kind of like a normal enemy who doesn't shoot, then every once in a while a shooting one, and the bigger ones come up for 10 points. Then there was the second space level, which was hard compared to some of them, but not the worst. Because the only enemies in this one are the big ones that take like 10, 15 bullets to kill. And it's not a big map, and there's at the end of this, I think there was like 60% of the screen covered in space rocks and asteroids. And they'd be moving around, they'd hit the enemy, and then one of them would move, and just the amount of times the bullet would be going right at you, like no, and you'd be flying at you can't really move. The only way you move is by momentum from the bottom of you. So you're like coming out, like, oh no, turn, and then bang. And like your shoe sticks out too. It's like your character's like this, but a shoe like that, if it tips off you, you're dead. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this. In general, it's more of an excuse just to talk about the store in general. It's embarrassing. The idea that Sony pretends to care about the store when this kind of stuff is on is telling. And I think it goes without saying, whoops, no, I'm not hating on Sony as a general company. It's been pretty much the only console I've consistently played for since 2010. Some of my absolute favorite games. I love my PlayStations, every one of them. Even the 5, which I haven't played as much, but it has been getting more traction lately for me. That's why I want it to be better. It's so awful to see this crap clogging the store. Like I said, you'll see a sale like over 1,000 games on sale on PlayStation Store today. For this sale, and I'm like, cool. What percentage of that is click the cow for 6 seconds to get a platinum? How many of those games are literally free to play Instagram things you see on an Instagram ad? You know, you've all seen those games. You have a character running forward, it's like five, and like your character has 5 points, like plus 10, plus a million, woo! And then you've all seen them. The character's running forward, like, and then your character get 10 more characters on. And then you have 20 or 25. Which one will you fight now? And you have to keep fighting the weaker one. You've all seen the ads. Someday I hope they'll fix it. Kind of crazy, like, oh, they have all these more powerful consoles. Oh yeah, well 90% of the games on it is crap. Literally bottom of the barrel shovelware garbage. But yeah, that's my rant. I hate it. I know a lot of people feel the same, but I guess as long as they're making money from it, they don't give a fuck. But yeah, let's get into the rankings. Fun factor 1. Of course, it's gonna get a 1. Do you know what? I will be fair. I will give it a 2. Effort. If I was gonna an effort value, 1, and that's being generous. It was. I will say it did get your heart pounding a little bit when you're like this close to the 100 and you're like finally about to get the score after many attempts. And you have bullets slowly coming at you, and like, oh my god, will I be able to avoid that? And you have to, like, where's the enemy going to come from? Because you lose track and you're going to panic a bit, which does add a bit of entertainment. I will be fair and give it a 2. Difficulty is basically because of its basic, bare bones crap design. It almost feels like they had NES logic. Like, but the game's going to be short, so we might as well make it as hard as we can. Mostly came down to bad movement, because, like I said, you're going at an enemy and they shoot you and it's coming at you. There's not much you can do. By the time you move even this way, you're not going to get enough momentum in time. You're going to get hit in the shoe. Sometimes the best way you could hope to do is kind of, while you're coming at it, you'd turn around, kind of. Sometimes it work out, and that was satisfying. If I was going to say difficulty, 7. Mostly down to the, again, it was shit design that kind of caused the difficulty. Slow shit movement, but I can't say it was easy to get, especially getting some of those 100 points, especially in the middle. Getting 100 points there where you're only getting 1 point at a time with enemies all shooting at you. The best you can hope for there, if you ever don't get this, but if you do and you want advice how to get it, memorize where they're going to show up. Try to get them before they show up, and just right when they show up, before they can hit you, bang. And now we get on to the most embarrassing of all. Time spent. I'm not a person who's overly prone to feeling shame about what he likes and what he plays, but I didn't like this. But in general, what he plays. But I did put 17 hours into this game. I do think it was because kind of in terms of like, no matter what you're doing, you can play this game. I was literally in a Discord call, doing a watch along of something that was with subtitles, and I was able to watch it and be like, okay, let's have a quick go at this, and I'll be able to do that kind of thing. Because you could just, I hit 2 enemies, pause, watch this for a while, chat away. Alright, let's get like 4 or 5 more enemies while I'm looking down. Cool. Genuinely what I did sometimes. I think that's how I end up getting the 100. I'm done. Oh yeah, overall rating, 1. I think that's fair. In terms of, like, realistically, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to it. The characters look okay, I guess. I don't know. Like, I guess the only good thing about this for me overall, when I do have a lapse week, because I don't know when the next platinum is going to be. Tekken 8 was a good fast one. Vampire Survivors was a long one. Who knows when the next one will be? At least this might be something I won't do this right away. Because I probably won't have something for a week after Tekken, which is, well, you've already seen, I guess. Yeah, this will be perfect. I'll wait like 2 or 3 weeks and that'll be something in between. But yeah, never play this. Never buy this garbage. Never support this crap like I did. Again, that's it. Hopefully someday Sony will, decide to actually give a slightest fuck about the quality of the PlayStation Store and not allow shovelware garbage to ruin it and hurt indie games. Because again, I'll try to include a picture if I have it, if I can still find it, if it still looks the same. Plucky Squire is I haven't played it yet, but in terms of what I've seen, in terms of at least the trailer, it looks like a really creative, fun, passion-filled, effort-filled, not lazy pile of shit indie game. If it's here, if I can find it. If I can't, I'll try to find something. If you just saw a picture here, would any of this stand out to you? Would it really stand out to you just by a picture alone? Probably not. And that is exactly why I think it's a problem on the store. And of course, the more experiences you have with something, the more you will associate those things together. So the more people see the term like indie games and stuff, and this is what they see, the more they associate the term indie game with crap. And I don't think that's a good thing either. Because plenty of indie games, not most, or at least a lot, are passion-filled love projects. And sometimes the most creative, fun, passionate, personality filled games out there. Because indie games are, if somebody's making a game for a really, really low, if not free prices, I mean, in terms of like what they're paying for it to make it, if they're not putting millions into distribution and stuff, they can do what they want. They don't have to worry about what appeals to the biggest market. They don't have to worry about what the most people will play or buy, or microtransactions. I need a shit that comes with modern games. They don't have to care if people will be able to finish it, or if people will be able to play it, or if it's too hard, or one of our tutorials isn't fucking rammed down the throat hand holding enough. They can just do what they want, and if people like it, cool. If they don't, well, it's their indie game that they made. They're not trying to appeal to everybody. But yeah, that went on a bit longer than I expected, but I'm glad. It's nice to get that out because it's something I think about a lot. Because every time I look at the store for new games, which I do a lot, sometimes it's like the first thing I'll do when I turn on the PlayStation. It's like have a quick look at the store, sort news to old, just have a quick look what's new. And way too many of those times, it's jumping coffee bean, jumping toast, jumping egg, and they're all carbon copy clones. What's the game? That's like matched 3 brick breaker style game, but with candy canes. Now it has Easter eggs. Now it has pumpkins. I used to every day. I used to be the first thing I do when I check PlayStation, check the store, news to old. Just cool. Let's see what's new. Now, why bother? Why even bother? Most of it is going to be shovelware crap. But yeah, at least that made it more interesting to talk about this than just you spin, you shoot, you get 100 points. I could have done this in 2 minutes, but fuck it. Thank you for watching. If you're and do you feel the same about PlayStation Store, maybe you don't care about this. Maybe you can easily just overlook it as more than I can. Or maybe you're like me and you used to check it a lot, but now you've just been demotivated because you know there's nothing going to be there 90% of the time. And if there is something good, it's lost in all the crap. What am I going to do? Check every new game? Sure, yeah, okay. I'll check through 40 carbon copy free browser clones in case I find one good one. Sure. In the off chance you have played this, what did you think of Hoodie Hero? Wait, Hoodie Survivors? Did you think it was the best game ever? Did you like it more than Vampire Survivors? Maybe you thought it was cool. I don't know. I'm out. I was streaming for 6 hours before this. I just wanted to throw this out. Thank you for watching and see you for the next one and see you for the next platinum. Hopefully it's not crap.